The rain poured like a waterfall against the glass walls. Lightning flickered outside, followed by a loud boom. Ryan jumped slightly. Okay, this storm is officially disrespectful, she said softly, clutching her blanket tighter, half scared and half annoyed. Nuna, are you scared? He asked innocently, snuggling closer. Me? No, of course not. I just, respect nature, she said softly. Taehyung laughing quietly from the couch. Respect nature, huh? You literally squealed, he said softly. Excuse me? That was a battle cry, she said firmly, lifting her chin. He laughed at her, low and warm, the kind of laugh that makes her chest feel oddly light. He sighed after reading aloud. She's unbelievable, he said softly, shaking his head in disbelief. At least she loves you enough to set your house on fire. She laughed. He smiled faintly, the kind of smile he tried to hide but couldn't. The lights flicker and go dark. Oh, perfect. Darkness, my favorite horror movie setting, she said sarcastically. Relax, the backup generator will eventually work, he said calmly. Can we do a sleepover, like all three of us? He asked excitedly. We can't, your brother can't tolerate me, she said softly, glancing at him. I suppose I can tolerate your endless talking for one night, he said softly, pretending to be annoyed. She rolled her eyes but smiled. Minjun lay in the middle of the messy bed, tucked like a burrito. Ryan sat on one side, Taehyung on the other, both awkwardly trying not to make eye contact. So this is what luxury looks like. My entire apartment could fit in your closet, she said playfully. That's not true, maybe half of it, he said with a faint smile. She laughed softly, shaking her head. He laughed quietly too, the kind of sound he didn't make often. She is screaming through the phone. Ryan, why is it dark? Are you in a drama scene right now? She said dramatically. Lisa, not now, she whispered. Oh my god, is he there? He is, isn't he? Tell him I said hi, Mr. Billionaire, she shouted loudly. Hi, Miss Chaos, he said softly. Oh, his voice. Ryan, he has that low tone. You're in danger, she screamed in excitement. Goodbye, Lisa, she ended the call quickly. He laughed softly at her again. You don't laugh like that often, do you? Didn't have many reasons to. You have one now, she whispered. He turned toward her, eyes meeting hers in the soft light. The silence felt short, fragile, but full of meaning. You talk too much, he said softly, dishing her. Smiling faintly. Maybe, but you listen every time. He laughed, leaning a little closer. Just as the moment deepened, Minchun mumbling sleepily. Now, Young, don't fight. Sleep with me. They both froze, then burst out laughing. Well, there goes our romantic movie moment. Guess the lead actor was replaced by 6 years old. He laughed quietly. Minjun rolled over, hugging Ryan's arm and mumbling incoherently. Taehyung just watched them, eyes soft, something unspoken flickering there. "You're good with him," he said with warmth and quiet gratitude. "He is easy to love." "Yeah, he is." He paused, then, "You too." She blinked, surprised, heart skipping, but before she could respond, Minjun shifted again, mumbling, "Young, Luna, stop talking, sleep." They both suffered quietly, lying down as thunder rumbled faintly outside. His hand pressed hers under the blanket, a fleeting touch, soft but deliberate. She fell asleep, but he stayed awake a little longer, watching her face weakness, finally happy. The mansion was quiet, except for the soft hum of the coffee machine. Ryan was half asleep, standing in the kitchen, wearing Minjun's tiny cartoon apron that barely fit. "How is this apron protecting anything? It is smaller than my dignity," she muttered, eyes half closed. "It suits you." He leaned on the counter. "You're just saying that because you enjoy my suffering," she pouted. He laughed softly, that low, rare sound that made her chest flutter for no reason. "Children, the Queen has returned from her spa retreat," she announced proudly. "Good morning, Mrs. Kim," she said politely. "You were gone for 2 days, and look what a mess you have made in my absence. You two look too comfortable together," she teased dramatically with a suspicious grin. Before Taehyung could deny, the sound of another suitcase rolling echoed through the hallway. "Wait, that sound?" she freezed. Mr. Kim appeared at the doorway. "Did you miss me, honey?" he said softly, with a smooth tone and a small smile. Taehyung's face stiffened instantly. The atmosphere thickened. "You're back early. Business wrapped up. Thought I had surprised everyone." He smiled. "Surprise? You nearly gave me a heart attack," she said dramatically, hand on her chest. Ryan sensed the tension between father and the son. She tried to quietly slip away, but fate had other plans. The doorbell rings. The maid opened the door. A soft, elegant voice floated in. "I hope I'm not intruding," she said softly. Ryan turned, her heart sinking. It was Hyuna, the ex. Perfect hair, soft perfume, sharp presence. "I heard Mr. Kim returned. I thought I had dropped by and greet him," she said smoothly, with the faintest glance towards Taehyung. Ryan's stomach twisted. The air felt heavy. "Oh, Hyuna dear, how unexpected." Taehyung looked away. "She's perfect," she said under her breath. He heard her, and something in his expression softened, like he wanted to explain, but he didn't. Hwayeon was playing with Minjun, trying to distract herself, but she could see Taehyung and Hyuna talking a feet away. Lisa's message suddenly popped up on her phone. Hwayeon beat back a laugh at Lisa's chaos, but her chest felt tight watching Taehyung. After a few minutes, Hyuna left. Taehyung walked over, silent. He sat down near Hwayeon and Minjun. Hyuna wasn't just an ex. We were engaged. Hwayeon froze slightly, her throat tight. You don't owe me an explanation, she said softly, trying to sound indifferent. I know, but I will give one anyway. He paused for a moment and finally said, 3 years ago, she left the day after the engagement party. No reason, no call, just gone. And you think she's back for? She asked curiously. My father's company. Her family merged with ours once. I guess she's a profit in coming back now. You act like it doesn't hurt, she said quietly, empathy in her voice. Because it's easier than admitting it still does. He laughed bitterly. She looked at him, no arrogance now, just a man quietly fighting his past. Dinner felt like a movie scene. Beautiful table, perfect food, heavy silence. Mrs. Kim kept trying to lighten the mood. Well, isn't this lovely? Family reunion and emotional tension. My favorite ingredients, she said cheerfully. You always find humor in chaos. Someone has to balance out you serious man, she said with a playful smile. Theo glanced at Hwayeon across the table, her eyes soft, her presence grounding him. For the first time, he didn't feel angry about the past, just tired but lighter. Then Lisa's message light up Hwayeon's screen again. Because, of course. Hide a smile. Taehyung noticed, faintly smiling too, as if he somehow knew who she was texting. Lisa again. You guessed right, she smiled. Who is Lisa? She asked curiously. A bad influence, she laughed. A terrifying one, he chuckled quietly. Everyone laughed, even Mr. Kim, though his gaze lingered on Taehyung longer than usual, proud but guilty. Hwayeon was about to leave when Taehyung stopped her at the door. About what I said earlier, I don't want my past to make you uncomfortable, he said with a sincere tone. It doesn't, it just makes me wish someone had stayed long enough to remind you you're worth more than that. You have this annoying habit of saying things that makes silence feel heavy, and you have this annoying habit of pretending you're fine when you're not. She smiled gently. He laughed quietly, then looked down, the smallest hint of warmth tugging at his lips. Stay for dessert? Only if it's not emotionally flavored, she teased him. He laughed at her, and for once, it wasn't to hide pain, it was real. The office lights were low, golden sun slipping through the glass walls. Taehyung stood near the window, arm crossed, when he heard the familiar click of heels. Taehyung, she looked nervous yet determined. He turned slowly, calm, unreadable. I thought I made it clear last time. His tone is steady but guarded. I know, but I needed to see you one last time. Please. She became desperate. He didn't respond. Silence stretched. She took a deep breath. I made a mistake. I thought walking away would give me what I wanted. But I was wrong. I miss you. I still... Her voice cracked, tears threatening. Don't. Her eyes widened as he stepped closer, his expression calm. You don't get to come back when it's convenient. What you broke, I spent years trying to fix. She looked down, crying silently. So, there's really no sense? She asked with a trembling voice. No, but thank you. He smiled. Thank you? She became confused. For breaking up with me, because you made up space for the one who was actually meant to be mine. His voice is low, full of truth. Her tears fell harder. He gave her a last glance and walked out. The line was cool, carrying the soft shimmer of the city lights across the water. Wyan stood near the railing, her hair dancing with the breeze. She turned when she heard familiar footsteps. You called me suddenly. Is everything okay? She asked with worry in her voice. Everything is finally okay, he said softly, calm, almost relieved. He walked closer, standing beside her, both staring at the glowing skyline. Do you remember the first day we met? He said softly, with a teasing smile. How could I forget? You almost ran me over with your car and then called me troublemaker. She laughed. And you poured coffee on my car's ribbons, he said softly. It was an accident, she said innocently. He laughed softly, shaking his head. Then his smile faded into something deeper. Back then, I didn't realize how much you had changed my life. You walked in with that ridiculous babysitting application and turned my world upside down. Wyan blinked, her heart thudding. The air between them turned fragile, glowing with unspoken words. He turned fully toward her, eyes glinting under the city lights. I don't want to keep pretending I don't care, but I do. I love you, Wyan. Her eyes widened, tears forming instantly. You don't have to say that just because. I'm saying it because I mean it. Because when you are not around, the mansion feels too quiet. June keeps asking where you are, and I keep pretending I'm fine when I'm not. His vulnerability comes through in every word. A tear slipped down her cheek. She quickly wiped it, shaking her head. Taehyung, our words are different. You have everything: money, status, family. I'm just. Her voice cracked. The one thing I was missing, he interrupted sadly. Her breath caught. He stepped closer, his hand brushing her cheek. I don't need a perfect world. I just need mine to include you, he said softly, full of love and quiet conviction. She finally broke, tears spilling freely as she nodded. You are impossible, you know that. Took too long enough to notice. He smiled at her tenderly. He reached into his pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. Her eyes widened. Wait, is that? Don't faint yet, he teased her.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. We talk on the phone every night. Love to hear your voice. Not sleeping well. And I know that you're right, but you should know it. You've been gone for way too long now. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. Even if you're gone, I won't forget you. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. And even if you're gone, I will remember. You're all I know, what I need, and that ain't changing. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I wanna do. I hope that you are safe and that I will see you soon. If I could lay down beside you, I would. If I could lay down beside you, I would. When nothing really matters, that's all I want.